So some crazy gaming news happened today, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it because I don't know when we will be able to do another podcast yet. And because some idiot on Threads who doesn't know how to read what I was posting got me all heated up and then blocked me because they didn't like the response that they were getting to the attention that they asked for. I'm going to be mostly reading off of a script here because I don't want to be rambling for too long and editing down this video, just going on a tangent. So I want to try to be a little bit more focused. I'm sorry if the video seems a bit robotic at times. Also, I am aware I need a haircut. Let's deal with one thing at a time. Let's start with PlayStation. Their decision to ban physical games by 2028 does and does not surprise me. We all knew that this was going to happen at some point, and I'm surprised it's taken this long. I think a number of things led up to this. First of all, the number of people who buy digital games versus physical games. Fewer and fewer retailers selling physical games and pivoting to things like collectibles or, for some reason, trying to buy eBay. But also things like tariffs and the US and Israel's war on Iran, which, as I understand it, affects video game production as well as many other things than just the cost of gas going up. And as both PlayStation and Xbox are eyeing next-gen hardware, which I think is a mistake with everyone's cost of living not being great right now, but that's a topic for another video. All of these things kind of exacerbated the decision to transition to all digital platforms. In general, this doesn't really affect me much. Most PlayStation games I buy digitally anyway. Actually, I just have these two physical Ubisoft games. I got this one cheap at a yard sale, and I don't even remember where I got this one, but I haven't even opened it yet. Also, with everyone debating physical for versus digital today, I'm pretty sure with new Ubisoft games, even these two single-player games, you have to create a Ubisoft account and go through an online check-in just to play the games. And in their license agreement, they can just pull your access to these games at any time. Ubisoft being Ubisoft is also a discussion for another video. But similarly, a lot of these modern games on disc now work essentially like the Nintendo Switch game key cards. The full game is not on the disc, or there may be nothing on the disc at all. It's basically a call to action for your console to download the game from that platform's digital marketplace in order to play the game from your console's SSD, and needs that license check from the disc to continue playing it. Also, do you ever wonder why PlayStation keeps releasing random firmware updates for the PS3 every year? Well, maybe it won't after this year. It's because it needs that update for the Blu-ray player, which is their technology, which they own the rights to, by the way, in order for it to continue working and reading discs. They can just stop doing that for all of their consoles. So these discs just might not work. Granted, someone will probably find a way to crack that or bypass that, but the point is, physical games aren't really something you own anymore when it comes to modern consoles. That said, I'm not defending this decision. Even though I mostly buy digital, I want there to be the option for physical. Losing that form of media just sucks. And even after everything I just mentioned, it's still a blow to preserving games, as much as that matters for new games in 2026 when publishers are just pushing live service games that just get shut down, like Concord, The Crew, Anthem, Destiny, and more. The news I'm more concerned about is that PS3 and Vita digital stores are shutting down. This was something PlayStation wanted to do a few years ago, but decided only to shut down the PSP digital store after there was enough backlash. I don't think that's what's going to play out the same way this time around. The reason this sucks is that there is not an insignificant amount of games that are digital only that are exclusive to those platforms that will just be lost to time, with no way to purchase or play those games. Even games that were released physically, a lot of those games are marked up heavily in the secondhand market. So digital is still the more affordable and much more easily accessible option people may have to experience these games. As someone who just more recently got a PS3 in order to play some of these games I missed out on that aren't available on PS5, and was late to get a PS Vita way after PlayStation stopped supporting it, Now I'm looking to rush to buy a bunch of digital games I might want to play down the road. But even that's not a guarantee if they ever shut down the ability to re-download games from your library. I mean, with the Wii, Wii U, 3DS, and Xbox 360, or even delisted games on Steam, if you want to include that. We've never seen that happen yet, but Sony also recently pulled licenses for digitally purchased movies that people have purchased. And I know I've had games I supposedly own in my Ubisoft and Epic Game Store library that have been pulled that I can no longer access. So it's not out of the question. So is there even a point to purchasing physical or digital games with the illusion of owning them anymore? Or are we all going to have to resort to piracy just to access our lost games to continue playing them? This leads to Xbox. So, in addition to PS6 probably being all digital, Xbox, despite what Evangelion Unit 01 test type on Threads is adamant about, will be going all digital for Project Helix. But they are looking to ease gamers into the next gen a little easier by implementing a disc to digital program. So details on this are available online because every outlet is talking about it. But basically, most, or some, I'm not entirely sure, Xbox One and Series X games can be used with this program. It basically depends on how the disc was manufactured, and the digital license will be tied to specific discs. I'm guessing early Xbox One titles might be an issue, but I'm not sure. I have no idea how the production works on these discs. What I would guess is that each disc has a unique identifier on it that allows this to be possible. Because if you loan or sell the disc and someone else plays it on their console, you basically lose access to play the game digitally. Now, notably, this will not work for Xbox Original and Xbox 360 games. I'm guessing for the same reason why the Xbox 360 Marketplace worked differently to later consoles, and why you could own the Xbox Original and Xbox 360 games that were once offered through Xbox Live Games with Gold forever, as opposed to only being able to play the Xbox One games offered through the same promotion as long as you keep your subscription active. In any case, if you have any physical Xbox Original or Xbox 360 games, you better keep those old consoles. Otherwise, you'll have to repurchase those games digitally if they are available digitally and if they are compatible, because not every old Xbox game is. So this was my argument on Threads, and I've essentially been proven right already based on what we know so far. My prediction is that even if Project Helix has a model with a disk drive, which it sounds like it won't, I don't think it's going to be compatible with Xbox Original or Xbox 360 games at all. And if it is, it will only be for digital games, even if you have the disc. Project Helix sounds like it's going in a different direction to the last couple consoles, where it's going to be a new console that's also a PC hybrid. And I don't think Xbox has enough incentive to figure out backwards compatibility on those older platforms to work on this new hardware, especially if they just want to pull a Nintendo and just resell those games digitally. But I won't even be surprised if even the digital games won't work unless it's through cloud streaming. Anyway, that was a long rant just to say that everything sucks. This hobby just keeps getting worse lately and will continue to get worse. And I'm just not looking forward to whatever this next gen console future is going forward.